looking at another position that I think could be affected as part of the ripple effect of the Edelman injury. Zach, I mentioned this to you earlier. Cyrus Jones. It's time in the podcast for our weekly Cyrus Jones update.
I think we've talked about Cyrus Jones every single between the tackles.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying
beginning.
that. Is literally that guy. He gets his own 10-minute segment on our show every week. But I mean,
it's a lightning rod.
There's a lot to talk about, and I mean, people still want to know. It's like he's such a quandary.
Yeah, good word.
Yeah,
good word. But the importance of him really stepping up in the return game is even more important now, or is even higher now, because Edelman and Amendola have been guys that they've relied on when he is not able to return successfully. And obviously, I mean, I don't think you want to see Amendola back there now when you don't have Edelman anymore. And
I won't call Cyrus Jones a complete roster lock, but he is very, 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 very close right now. I mean,
has that changed? Not to interrupt you, sorry, but I did interrupt you. So
yes.
Because of
it's okay.
Before you go on, just has that status changed?
The Edelman injury
the
definitely
Edelman injury.
increased his chances of sticking around, which I already think were pretty high. Because I mean, for all the struggles he's had on defense, and he hasn't been great on defense this preseason, he's been very, very reliable in the return game. He's had some flashes of real athleticism, of real kind of making plays with the ball in his hands. But I think that's almost a bonus for the Patriots right now. They just want him to hold in the ball, not make dumb decisions, and he's been able to do that throughout the preseason. I mean, we saw him drop. We've talked about it before. We saw him drop one punt, the very first punt he faced in training camp. I haven't seen him drop a kick or a punt since. So he's been
knock on wood.
Yeah. Knock on wood. No wood around us this time. Last time we tried to knock on wood, Julian Edelman ended
if
up
Cyrus
getting hurt,
Jones blows it this season, you come right back here, mark the minutes, and we can point right to Zach Cox.
He can. I mean, if he falls apart in this game, maybe the Patriots cut him. But I would be very, very surprised because he's been their primary. He's been basically their only punt returner all preseason. And like you said, with Edelman is kind of their security blanket in there, and Danny Amendola. It basically goes Cyrus Jones, Danny Amendola, Julian Edelman, as Edelman kind of like he's the best punt returner on the team, but he's the one that they don't really want to use. Now, if they don't have Cyrus Jones, Danny Amendola is their starting punt returner basically to start the season. We were just talking about the fact that they want to limit his reps, not add an immense amount of workload on top of what he's already going to have with Edelman out as a wide receiver. So, long story short, I think Cyrus Jones is basically on this team now. He can still blow it for himself, but he's pretty much there.